Liverpool beat Bournemouth 3-0 over the weekend, and here are 5 things that we learned from that game. Number 1, why Liverpool did not sell Keller. Bro, Keller, genuinely, I know everyone says this saying a lot, but Keller, for me, might be one of the top 3, if not the best, second goalkeeper in the world. This dude is OP. I swear, bro, the saves that he was making, if David Raya was making those saves for Arsenal fans would be glazing him saying, oh, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. That's the type of saves that Keller was making in this match. This dude was a beast, and that's a clear reason why Liverpool chose not to sell Keller this summer. Because 1, we signed mohamed, but he's not coming until next summer. Meaning if we sell Keller, we don't really have a good second option. Not only that, bro, we all know by now that Alisson Becker is an injury-prone goalkeeper. He's the best goalkeeper in the world in my opinion. Honestly, it should be a fact that he is the best goalkeeper in the world. But he is injury-prone. If you had to be a second goalkeeper, the best place to do it would be at Liverpool. Because you are guaranteed matches. Not only are you guaranteed minutes in like the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but you're also pretty much guaranteed minutes in the Premier League and maybe the Champions League, because Alisson Becker is almost guaranteed an injury every season, if not more than one injury. You know what I'm saying? So with that, Keller will get some game time, which I'm sure he's happy about, because he was complaining about wanting to leave over the international break with Ireland, saying that he wanted to leave and Liverpool rejected the deals. But luckily, we somehow kept Keller, and he's playing minutes now. So that's a good thing. And I know there were reports of him potentially being sold, but none of the offers met £25 million, which is what Liverpool wanted. I think one of the offers was from Nottingham Forest, who were giving a lower amount, but with Matt Turner. Now I'm a US fan, so Matt Turner, that's my guy. But Matt Turner ain't no Keller. You feel me? It's a whole different level. And imagine we had Matt Turner starting for Liverpool in a Premier League game. I don't know if that would go down so well. You know, respect to Matt Turner, but you know what I'm saying? Like playing for Liverpool, playing with their feet as a goalkeeper, it's not really Matt Turner's strength. So Keller is a top class goalkeeper, and I'm very happy that we kept him this year because we really, really need him, especially with Alisson's injury record, because my goodness. Number 2, gravenberch is the next Paul Pogba. You heard me correctly. I'm not trying to gas him up too much. You feel me? I'm not trying to overhype him too much. But for me, gravenberch, when I watch him play this season, it just reminds me so much of like Juventus Paul Pogba. OG Juventus Paul Pogba. Not this new Paul Pogba where he got banned after he joined Juventus for whatever substance, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is like the Pogba I'm talking about from like 2013 to 2016. That type of Pogba. He's playing as a 6, gravenberch. His playmaking is on a different level. The balls he's playing through these days is superb. And not only that, he's breaking down plays beautifully. It's like he never loses a tackle. It feels like he does so well at just winning duels, breaking down passes, and he can break down the lines too. We all saw that pass he played for the Netherlands, right? That ball to Xavi Simons, beautiful. But he does that, something similar to that, at least once or twice a game for Liverpool. And for me, that just kind of shows that gravenberch is like top class, bro. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say about it. This guy is one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment. Now, this is a second channel video, so I don't really got the statistics on me right now. I don't really have the stats up, but I guarantee you those stats are probably fire because the way he's playing, the eye test, just watch gravenberch play. It just reminds me so much of Paul Pogba, bro, so much. And maybe I'm gassing him up a little too much. He's Pogba, you know, he's one of the upper echelons. But gravenberch, bro, he was one of the most talented midfielders in his Ajax days. Yes, his stint at Bayern Munich didn't end up so well. He only played there for 1 year. And the first year under Klopp, he was more of a bench warmer. But under Arne Slot, this dude has completely resurgenced. Is that a word? Resurgenced? He's completely resurged? Resurgent? You know what I'm saying, bro. He changed the way he plays. And now he's playing like a baller. You get what I'm saying? Like, gravenberch, that's my guy. He is, for me, alongside Mo Salah, has probably been Liverpool's best player so far this season. I know it's early, but it's the truth. 3, Darwin Nunes confuses me a lot. Now, what do I mean by this? For me, I've always liked Darwin Nunes for his chaos and unpredictability. Like, he can do one of those cheeky, behind the back heel, whatever finish like he did against Real Madrid in the Champions League, or he can have a stinker like he did against Luton Town last season. You know what I'm saying? Like, for Darwin Nunes, it's like he's allergic to what's happened, but he'll score a worldie. And for me, that's very entertaining on the eye, like seeing worldies being scored for your team. Like, it's a great feeling, but I need someone who can score consistently on the back of the net. And Darwin Nunes, for me, cannot do that yet. And yes, I know he scored against Bournemouth, and it was a wonderful goal. Don't get it twisted. Like, his goal was absolutely beauty. Edge of the box, left foot, weak foot, but he curls it in so perfectly that it hits the post and goes in. You get what I'm saying? It's a great shot from Darwin Nunes. And Diego Jota could never do that. But at the same time, Diego Jota is a much more reliable finisher. And that's because he can do the simple things right, but Darwin Nunes can't. And that's what makes it so confusing. Because how can you be such a talented and good footballer, but you can't do the basics? For example, if you take a look at last season, where we went away to Brentford, this dude chipped the goalkeeper in a one-on-one situation, but it was like a chip from outside the box, and it was like super lobbed up high, went into the back of the net. I don't know who said it. think it was Michael Owen who said it. Some pundit said that it was a terrible finish. Maybe it was Jamie Carragher actually. But regardless, someone the pundit, whatever pundit, said that it was a terrible finish. And I actually agree on that. Yes, Darwin Nunes, chipped it into the back of the net. But a true striker, like an Erling Haaland, for example, he's finessing it to the right or he's finessing it to the left. You know what I'm saying? He's placing that bottom corner, getting it to the goal, and 9 times out of 10, he'll bag that. But Darwin Nunes, that chip, that's probably only going in 1 or 2 times out of 10. So technically, it was a bad finish. But luckily, in that instance, it worked out. And that's what I kind of fear from Darwin Nunes, because I like worldies, but I want to see you do the basics right. You know what I'm saying? Like Suarez, he can do both. Suarez can do the tap-ins, he can do the basic goals, and he can also do the worldies. But Darwin Nunes can only do the worldies. He can't do the basic shit. And that for me is concerning. And I hope as the season progresses, we can see this change in Darwin Nunes, because he's got almost everything. Like his work rate is great. He runs around like crazy. He had a great defensive work rate as well during the game. He was coming back, winning tackles for his team. That's what I like to see from a striker. But the most important thing for a striker is finishing your chances. And Darwin Nunes doesn't do enough of that for me as of right now. I would love to see that change, but as of right now, I'm left in this very confused state for Darwin Nunes. Let's see what's to come. For fourth, we need to ban our players from playing FPL, aka Fantasy Premier League. Now, this is a take that probably isn't that serious, like it's not that deep, but at the same time, it could be deep. Like, for example, what I'm trying to get at is before the game, like hours before the game, Connor Bradley, who is a Liverpool right back, people know his Fantasy Premier League account, right? They know his FPL account. And they saw him selling Alexander-Arnold, I believe, and replacing him with Darwin Nunes in the starting 11. Not only that, Diego Jota also has an FPL account public or something like that. I think he was seen taking off himself from the starting 11 and putting on Darwin Nunes, I think. Or he might have been putting on someone else, but I'm pretty sure he put on Darwin Nunes, right? So if 2 Liverpool players are starting Darwin Nunes in their FPL team hours before the game, it's reasonable to think that Darwin Nunes is starting the game. And this time, he actually was. Now keep in mind, lineups are only meant to be sent an hour before. Honestly, I don't really know why. I guess it's like for fairness, I guess. I don't know. Because so far throughout the Premier League and the Champions League, etc., Diego Jota has started every single match for Liverpool, right? So for Bournemouth, the likely chances they prepared their game tactic for the week or whatever. A large portion of that training and a large portion of that tactical understanding would be to go up against Darwin Nunes. Now, if the FPL thing didn't happen only an hour before, they would have found out that Darwin Nunes was going to lead the lines, and they would have to do some, last minute arrangements. But because of this, and if they did 1 + 1 = 2, they would have known that hours before that Darwin Nunes was going to start. They would have a few hours to adjust their tactics to adapt to trying to deal with Darwin Nunes. So obviously, that didn't happen because Darwin Nunes ended up scoring and having a good game, and we also won 3-0. But if this sort of situation happens where we're playing like a Man City or an Arsenal, and our FPL players who play FPL give away that someone's making a surprise start or something, it could become more punishable. Like, realistically, Bournemouth are not going to beat us at Anfield, right? Now, I know I just said that, and Nottingham Forest beat us at Anfield last week, but what I'm trying to say is like, there was a very low chance that was going to happen, especially 2 times in a row. But if it was the Man City and Arsenal, for example, it would have been a much more likely chance, and they would have had a lot more time to prepare to deal with this surprising start. And I know it's not that deep. Like, these are top clubs with top professionals, especially in the coaching department, so they probably would have prepared for both. But I'm just saying, like, it does ruin that element of surprise, and we want to keep that element of surprise, right? So that's probably my 4th reason. Stop these players from playing FPL, bro. Or at least don't make it obvious. Like, don't make it obvious that Darwin Nunes is starting. Like, if you're gonna sell Isaac, just put somebody else in. Don't put Nunez in, bro. That's too obvious. And 5th, blonde Luis Diaz is him. Oh my goodness. I don't have the stats in front of me right now, but Luis Diaz is the 2nd top goal scorer in the Premier League right now. And if you remove Erling Haaland, who simply isn't human, that guy's a robot, that means Luis Diaz is the top goal scorer in the Premier League as a left winger. Last season, he was being scrutinized for not being clinical enough, and this season, he's being a little too clinical, especially because this past summer, a lot of Liverpool fans were willing to sell Luis Diaz to Barcelona or even PSG in hopes of bringing in Anthony Gordon. Now, I don't got nothing against Anthony Gordon. I think he's a good player, but for me, I was always against the selling of Luis Diaz idea because I like him. I think he's a good player, but I do agree with the criticism that he wasn't clinical enough. But if we look holistically at Luis Diaz, right, if you compare the human elements of him coming back from a very, very serious injury, and the fact that, like, for the most of the beginning of the season, he had to deal with his dad being kidnapped, like, bruh, obviously from a human side of the game, like, his mind is not going to be 100% in it because obviously his dad is fucking kidnapped. Like, what the fuck you want him to do, right? So I think for like the most part of the season, we could excuse him for that. Now, obviously, there was that shot against Man City that could have helped us in the title race if that shot went in. But I think Luis Diaz has improved tremendously this season in his finishing, especially because I think he's got what, 5 or 6 goals now in the Prem, and it's been what, 4 games, 5 games? Like, he has been been immense this season, and I like it. I like it a lot. As a Luis Diaz believer, as someone who has believed in Luis Diaz, this is something that makes me smile. And Luis Diaz, if you ever come across this clip, even though I don't even know if you understand English that fluently yet, but if anyone close to him watches this or whatever, if Luis Diaz's hair dye goes back to black, make him dye his hair again. Make him go blonde again. I don't want to see Luis Diaz in black hair this season at all. At all. I want to see him blonde at all times. Because this blonde hair, bro, oh my goodness, this guy's turned into a beast. This guy turned into like the Colombian Neymar. He's become unreal. Unreal, bro. Luis Diaz is cooking, and I love it. I love it. He's easily become one of the best players in the league. I know I just said that gravenberch, besides Mo Salah, is probably better player of the season so far, but Luis Diaz is also up there too, because this guy has just been goated. He's just been goated, okay? He's just been goated. And a little bonus shout out, not really like a 6-3s or anything, but a little bonus thing that we learned is Alexander-Arnold is him. He's the best right back in the world, all right? None of this reshaved nonsense, respectfully, all right? I don't know who keeps trying to throw this agenda around that Trent isn't the best right back in the world. He clearly is. Bro just reached 100 goal contributions in the Premier League as a fullback at the age of 25. That guy is a beast. And Liverpool, y'all gotta do everything you can to get this motherfucker to sign a contract extension. I don't want to see this guy go to Real Madrid and become buddies with Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Jude Bellingham, okay? I want him to be here at Liverpool. This is the club he's meant to be at for life, bro. He's the next Stevie G type shit. Very, very simple. But anyways, that's what I think we learned from this Liverpool versus Bournemouth game. Let me know if next time I should make some notes. I'm just going off the top here. This is very unusual for me, because for the main channel videos, man has a script. You get it? So I create a script for myself and I write it and I read it. But for this, I don't have any notes. I'm just going off the top. Maybe I should have a couple of notes next time. I don't know. If y'all like this more transparent type shit look that I'm just going off the top, let me know down in the comments. But other than that, let me know what you guys thought of Liverpool's win over Bournemouth, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, yeah? See ya.